Everybody, this is Brendan here with Common Motor. That's common-motor.com on the internets. And today we're going to take a look at Posi brand products. These are high quality electrical connectors that are going to really help you figure out how to repair and modify your wiring harness on your vintage Honda motorcycle. So I gotta be honest with y'all, for years I've been skeptical of mechanical crimp style electrical connectors used on whether automotive or motorcycles or boats, etc. It's the kind of stuff you find at the auto parts store and it's just poor quality. And they have a lot of issues with them. Like, one is the quality. Two, no one ever seems to install them correctly. Three, they don't last. And four, they're not reusable. And so you end up with things like this, kind of a hack job of bird nest wires that are done poorly and are just going to cause problems for you down the road. Because of that, I used to solder and heat shrink everything, and I still advise doing that as far as electrical repairs go. But we ran across Posi products a couple years ago when we were trying to find an elegant and simple solution for the Shockwave when we were bringing that to market. And we liked them because they're easy to use, you don't need any special tools for them, and they are reusable on top of being high quality and made in the U.S. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper and show you the details of these really innovative electrical products that you should keep in your toolkit for doing any kind of electrical repair. All right, so the Posi Locks themselves are a replacement for these automotive level butt connectors that you get from the auto parts stores. Again, these work okay, but they don't work great. And you're supposed to have the special pliers for it that can crimp them. And let's just put one on. I'm gonna go ahead and strip a little bit of wire off our wire here. First wire. We'll strip a little bit off the, there's a green wire here. And there you have it. That is a properly crimped on butt splice. It's kind of ugly, and it's even using the correct type of crimper tool. And the wires are only being held by the pressure of the crimp, just squeezing on the wires. And they tend to wiggle loose and fail over time. And you can actually grab them and pull on them, and we'll see if we can get the pull loose. Just go here on the wire. I didn't have to pull that hard, and it came right out. So there you have it, your typical automotive butt splice. The Posi Locks are a better solution over the crimped butt connectors. They're easy to use. You unscrew the ends of them, either side screws off. And in the middle here, you got a little bit of electrical connector. That's what actually touches the wire and makes the contact. As far as the wire goes, you strip about 1/4 inch off the wire. You're going to insert it through the threaded piece of the connector, and then as you kind of fan the wire out, stick it inside the butt connector, push on the wire and turn the connector until you feel it crimp down tight. One of the great things about the Posi Locks is, again, you can install everything with just your fingers, no special tools, and they are reusable, so you can actually unthread them and take them apart and put them back together. The Posi Locks do come in a variety of sizes depending on the type of wire gauge you're using, so make sure you match up the right size Posi Lock to the right diameter wire that you are using. The next Posi thing we're going to look at is called a Posi Twist. Now, this is used to connect 3 or more wires together in a bundle when you're doing wiring. They work very much like a wire nut you would see in household electrical wiring. Similarly, you unthread them, you'd install your 3 or more wires and having them protrude out the end there, maybe about 1/4 inch or so. And you kind of cram them all into the body of it and screw it tight. And as you screw it tight, everything kind of snugs up and the 3 wires are going to be locked in there. You can use them 3 or 4 wires, depends on the diameter of the wire. And if you want to take it apart, you just unscrew them, slide the wires right on out. So this is a Posi Tap. What this is used for is to tap into an existing wire that might be in a harness and either connect it to another part of the harness or add an accessory. I'm going to unscrew the body here, and you're going to see that in the main body there is a metal point, and that actually pierces the wire, and on the other half there it's kind of a it's like a channel where you take the body of the wire and stick it in the channel of the threaded piece. As you screw the Posi Tap into the wire, the center pin pierces the housing of the wire into what makes electrical contact, and you just screw it down until you feel everything tighten up and stop. At the other end, you would connect your new wire just like you would in the Posi Locks. Strip the wire, pull it through, fan it out, and screw it down tight. And that way you have actually tapped into an existing wire. Disassembly is the same way. If we actually remove the Posi Tap from the tapped wire and we remove the backside of the body, what you're going to see left over is just the tiniest little hole inside the original wire, which, depending on where you're at, you can either leave it as is, or wrap it up with some electrical tape or some heat shrink or a dab of silicone and put the wire back in the service without destroying the original wire that's there. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the Posi fuse holder. And in order to demonstrate this, we've set up an old headlight and a motorcycle battery, and we've connected the headlight to the battery using a couple of Posi Taps and Posi Locks. And we're going to actually show how this fuse holder works. When the light kicks on, that means we're making a full connection. This fuse holder, this first one here that's kind of this milky white, is for glass style fuses, and this is a great replacement for the ones that are usually in the bike, 350s and the 450s in particular. Now the beauty of this is the ends connect to the regular wire just like the other Posi products do. Strip the wire, press them in, tighten them down, and it's done. But they fit a variety of different types of glass fuse. And we're going to start off with a regular size glass fuse that we see in the bike, and you'll see that you put the fuse in and you thread the body together, and when it makes contact, the light will kick on. Now, you may be in a situation where you don't have the correct length fuse, because the glass fuses come in all kinds of different lengths over the years. You can actually use a shorter fuse, and all you have to do is drop it in the Posi fuse holder, screw it down until it makes contact. Works just the same. Additionally, we've seen some fuses on the market that have smaller diameters to them over what they should be. They're a little bit smaller, like this one here. Same thing though, it doesn't matter. Drop it in, screw it on until it makes contact, and it works. So just about any type of glass fuse can be used in these Posi fuse holders. Again, another great solution for the worn out one that might be on your wiring harness. So if you want to modernize the type of fuse you're using in your bike or fuses, you can use this Posi blade fuse style holder. Just like the other ones, the ends, you strip it into the wire, you screw them into the body, and it makes contact. Now what's really cool about these blade fuses is you can use a standard full-sized blade fuse that are commonly available at auto parts stores, or you can actually make the mini blade fuses fit in there as well if you're in a pinch. Now they don't fit ideally, but if you're in a situation where that's all you got, you have some flexibility on the types of fuses you can use. So I hope by actually seeing how these Posi products work in different wire contexts, you understand how awesome they really are. They're simple to use, you don't need any special tools to use them, and they're reusable. So as far as having these in your toolkit or on your roadside bag on a trip, they're fantastic. Not too many people have them. We're glad to have them here at Common Motor, and I hope a product like this makes it less intimidating for you to modify your wiring harness or repair your wiring harness without the need for expensive tools or the skills to solder that you may or may not have. So, Posi products, great solution for your toolbox. This is Brendan with Common Motor. That's common-motor.com on the internet. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Subscribe to our newsletter via our website, and of course, subscribe to us right here on this YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.